Well, good evening. You're watching the News in Brief live on Active TV. We're live on Facebook, Active TV, on Instagram, Active TV Official, and on YouTube, Active TV. My name is Mami Abnafika. In today's story, government has extended free water for the next 3 months and free electricity for lifeline consumers for the rest of the year. We'll bring you more on these stories. Don't go away. In our first story, Ken Ofori-Atta, the finance minister, has announced in the mid-year budget review that government has extended free water for the next 3 months and free electricity for lifeline consumers for the rest of the year.
Retain provision of free water for the next 3 months. Retain free, and finally, Mr. Speaker, retain free electricity for all lifeline customers for the rest of the year.
Also, former President Gary John Rawlings has paid his respect to the late President John Evans Fifi Atta-Mills at the 8th anniversary of the late President's death. Still on the late president's death, the former president John Dramani Mahama has pledged to continue the legacy of former president, the late John Evans Fifi Atta-Mills.
Today, Ghanaians are crying for such a father, one who will see all of us as one, as his children. Today, Ghanaians are crying for peace and unity. Today, Ghanaians are crying for a nation where all the opportunities will be open to all of us and not a selected few. Today, Ghanaians are crying for a nation where there will be justice for all, irrespective of your political affiliation or your ethnic origin. Today, Ghanaians are crying for a nation where all of us will be considered as citizens, united in our diversity. Today, Ghanaians are crying for a nation where we shall all be equal before the law. May God grant us this peace and this unity. I stand today before the tomb that holds the mortal remains of the Asumdwehene, the King of Peace. And I pledge that I'll continue his fight for the peace and unity of this country.
Okay, so just as we do it, we have our regular panel, Kojo Ba, ready and poised to share his thoughts. Kojo, good evening.
Good evening, my dear.
Aqua baby.
Yeah.
And then yesterday night, yeah, Minister, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, the fiscal, the budget, mid-year budget review now for the core parliament. So then was it? Overview, your general overview. I'm sure say you listened to it. Today we are taking just the free water part, but I want you to take it from all angles. The whole budget review. What do you think about it?
Okay, Pukia, may I say, if you are helpful, because your TV soon, if you are more a sort more sharing, more data, near the Ebetia Munina. send our kind no metie honorable Ken Operator the media budget in our parliament Mr. Take it down 1 or 2 notes beer. The person need tea for a chair. The kind no say oka baby say government no any telcos no ebeka bom in addition ECG so ka ho na omo roll out I think a fiber optic program be ebema speed broadband access to Ghanaians benya sa access no I think say the papa because one of the things say train adwuma sign wo Ghana ha and I say ha individuals need be internet access as to the quality and then the cost Ghana ha internet board papa make I say na nsemu ho yibi ba sa na so me kuokuo bi agitation to Ministry of Communication is Madam Esla Osu Honorable say nkomunye hu bibi enti say abiding hye we eba me benya ta speed broadband na ya sem papa be me de ha me wa kakra na ye cost no enya sa de no ye benya speed quality ne be papa enti na ne bo no eda so ho ana ase ne bo be ye den enu the Ghanaians cannot afford because internet ya de be say enu kra na ne bo ye fokra because you see bibia internet businesses bibia ko internet
COVID period we
bibia ye internet nti ne quality no ye papa no omoma the cost no so emra from and no side then we can applaud for the government then okasa buy no so be really out a 3.5 years program be or Ghana Care about Tampa program be that will cost about 100 billion cedis to transform the economy and other sectors in there well and in the next 3 years ade and they shouldn't forget to say your election year. So whatever you take, you say no, someone will take it and keep it. No, I say ube to me I am pa. Aha, a honor. Nipa ne bit me answer so what kind of cry na won kind of cry. And me say so can say on me reduce CST. That is communication service tax no. Say 9%, on me reduce to 5%. And this was papa. Because this time no to credit. Now the call who the be na ni na san fi so o bando credit na say e do maybe name say who problem cry by auto credit obe who say apart from the what on obe who say as a communication company ni as TB
yes
so in fact there a whole lot of discomfort buy which na enye papa and this buy no ahwe na see in the next few months on may reduce from 9 to 5% and papa I think a core 9 on these are problems in a buy because almost all your business. It won't mean cancer or sika or job na cost, but they should maintain their rates and you're possible. Aha. Into almost better so as and papa. I know so much to me, you be born some mama buying on. And I feel so okay 2 billion facility beer and also some better business facility be on my to support all aspects of business. And also a bema loans are with flexible interest near adhere to businesses and also a buyers and papa because he na he can year and I feel so baby I met see ya many G kakra and I am the kakra see okay Ghana hire one here for the door so sebe omo mu ni bi no bibia yetua especially wakra ha sebe ukuja wana kra obetua ukojo so kra obetua and say me wo me fie na se menye nsuo ebu a mentua ka I think say nunti ne to aba say obenya aban no so mfaso anasa aban no de hihye papa begu kwam na wo so aboa wo enti say aban no ye bibi say odi kan ye no ono oti reaction say ba Ghana for born abaso o aban we de wire ade ne ade enti I think say no na ejinja no a o si no and ye meto aso na ai kama amamo and afen so oka electricity and also for lifeline consumers and say and also and look at up to the end of the year and also you be born sempa ma aban we dey nana you see ebimra na ebimra bim we extend it next year kra and ke better was because you see one thing about this MPP government though a cost but governments are absorb. One thing about MPP government, in a month for 2 MPP government, and say, that's what Obama say, you pay be social intervention. Say, in Shaya, about who on the good when ne boy here for at least semi tons you and I semi electricity every week. We are met 10 cities simple in the next 3 months. Car met 30 cities, but I buy a farm, which means 30 cities and the baby before.
Sure.
Your person more.
Okay, but then, could you mean how I know? It's a budget review in the proper. The NDC, the opposition party, passed the comment or said something about it. And partly I agree with them. They're saying that it's more of a campaign comment.
I 100% agree with them.
Because, okay.
I agree with them because, one, we are in an election year.
Okay.
Say they acquired last year, they wouldn't have passed that comment.
Sure.
And to me, in fact, Honorable Ken, Operator Canine and Mr. Wede, a campaign.
Or Kassan to me who say it takes, there's a party says it takes only a
caring government, a competent government
to
those
be able
words.
to provide.
It's true. A campaign.
It's like a budget review, no?
Yes. But Bisa said, if we're to be the NDC, and no more young comes on anything. You see, if we don't take care, politicians will continue to move you like this.
So,
say your NDC soon a year, they would have done the same thing. And can people so back away the move your campaign? So usually I don't want to go into that direction. Make sure they don't me as an individual. So me tones you, me fear me team, me tones you. It is okay. So men tones you. The next 1 year, crana, if fear. Better was say. You get it? After all, me tax. And to me, for the tax, I'm turning be no anyway. Even our day yes, I win a mammy. And see, we would end there. We can the day be a son a now moving forward, you know. Omoka insurance scheme for unemployment a bianco form in Juma. Or honda no problem kakra. Sorry, because say oh mommy says can else for me.
Teach a man to fish.
Instead of fishing for the man. Enti says can I come to on a kitu be crana. As a government, no from creating employment BB. And from individuals, no one koye mumunyeska. Because who ya Juma apart from say you bet you can. One say Juma now you know so science I so body. And she said met now as an unemployed graduate and I say person. Now but some so now my baby kakra no. No. Use that money to create an employment opportunity for me. Na me be ye Juma no mum. Na ma me sika. With that, you know, me who say me self-esteem be costro. Me Jimmy who edi, you know, the confidence level be costro near there. Instead no dey how there many abane nya adwen say bibisa or be bisa. Well, one adwen no nim reason say or but to me I'm hey, I don't think say it will help so much. And I feel so also be increasing san share my small loans to business and the capital's way, you know. Or be increasing by 150 million instead of a creative arts industry, you know, any idea. To be honest with you, creative art industry, you know, I suffer during this COVID period because Obi enu with me come and think about show. Obi ase them. Oh yeah, go bet me a virtual concert and no cry then unya ha. But say be ye be kono. Or say omo afena omo be yes our way, you know. 150 million in addition to already existing one omo channel. And it's a bequampa, like a cushion creative arts industry, not a beboa. Any media, no. Because media, no, so only 7 minutes and go years. Ha, says Canababa, the right places and our channels, no. And those industries, no, I feel the impact of that money. We just think a yin and a beboa. I was a kind so. I think one thing I'm better make on this budget review, I think 54.3 million. Ghana cities are you see a little chair during the lockdown. My hot year at the bracket because my mina me calculation be say when I say at the end of the channel bear 2 weeks prepare.
Yes.
A channel bear 2 weeks prepare.
We okay. Obiawo, they will tell you otherwise because we went for lockdown for 3 weeks, and then according to them, no. They saying they started the sharing of the food few days in the first week. If you say 2 weeks,
Endu.
In a
bebo 2 weeks. Okay, me no. They shall say who the real distribution on the grounds in a space of 2 weeks. With them fan say 3 weeks. With them fan say 3 weeks. Now 3 weeks na say park back to piano. Be 5 cities in park. Nipa nya any a crying Kumasi. No mo chair no. Dodo. When say nipa be 400,000. Though Marty say argument being so cost we baby say no. Aduane no nya de ye no anya chiche no nkwa na eye sa no e mom no raw ones no mo share no so no. But still, mommy, we say it's too much. 54.3 million is too much. Me no, from where I'm sitting, me who say from 2016 coming no, Ghana here in Obia be MPP ni. The reason is say, ordinarily no, offer MPP for a support base. If I do a support to MPP, stand supporters no, omundu 1 million. Do you get it? Fine. But based on previous records I from previous governments, oh, say any day MPP governments in the can say you buy best sanema a base you know. Emma nipa do no MPP for no more MPP for any neutral ones in no at home MPP because of expectations. Enti say waba buy why near bebre eno de mpia buy near bebre na say for some reason o che aduane eye na say o hwe ma che aduane say na cost year
2 reasons
emma eyebrows because that a Ghana for you na cry ni di ya nke be say anya dan minim say we obi asidan wo
most
anya dan keke we si abrosan wo but you see that is the problem personally I had with the previous government. At the end of 5 cities, it's me and 15 cities. At 10 cities, it's me and 30 cities. And on that basis, we voted against them. And tomorrow, you need to say more leaning towards a here for. That's a mumu say. I don't think Nanado personally will sanction this. Do you get it? Nanado personally will not sanction, but I are buying. I'm not going to me run any pan on your moye. Obiti baby. Obi she baby and on so yes idea no but the me answer yes nipa na all top na we painting the black nipa na all top na we train aba form ye kan na ye bona na do din yan kobo obi din yan kobo na no coordinator bi din yan kobo deputy minister bi din no because na this government is corrupt this covid way be team be almost so cheduane and na individuals be kwan so dey eye nuane bi ekocheche you see all the various assemblies in Monjana Monchama. Do you get it? Main baby, I'm say Kaswa. I'm the chebi, but then at the time, you're a common the buyer. No, my baby, to me feel or say Abana or Kojim, no, quite nasa. And Obeka chairman, Hammy. So I have to give him money out of my own way. You see, Nipana, Dania boy, Dianebo, you could do honor, maybe an nasa. In Zahin on the buyer. Do you get it? It's no. Nyema bi say ba tokon kakra ka nipa bi benye yi bia adi kakra ska be ko nkofo buto but at least yen twa ehia fo no ho kakra na ye ma chunk of the money emma yin butom na the poor person ti a aban no ayesa anhyehyɛ no en sofa wo yesa de bi opepa pan ni din and to go against the one at the top so we should stop this kind of things. Oh aban bia corrupt but when you say you are not fair ya agensem too much and yet obi obetibia eno zia na any so most media houses omon kan the operata kan no nyema ye di kan bobo so bi no we have been too lenient to talk about the good ones first and ye di we try to but omon de eno kwa na omon kan how can the government spend 54.3 million just on food 2 weeks omon kasa na dey say by need and people before mo di sanse hun sabi mo dey say aban need munjai enye suban papa.
Okay, and then the late President John Evans Fitzgerald the 8th, and he was going to pay his respect. He said he said he had his own misgivings about certain things, but he's been a man who he has always had so much respect for. And finally, former President John Dramani Mahama has also added that the legacy, the good work not started. What do you have to say?
Yeah, me started with the former President, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. I have so much respect for Jerry. This man. Met me akasa ma me sanye constitution no a. Ena esi Jerry
Hands down.
Jerry Obia or Frank. Obeka to say so here the many and the compete all the same. Let's move on. Inti why are there? On no dene ba Mekai Swedro declaration on no pija or the must portray so on. Nkofo and this phone bebe no money but na in the decision. And he was right. Yes, because the late Prof was a good man. I always see him not as a politician. Most they're not a politician. But he came to do his best.
So.
The Emiyaka Kran say or hesitant him because no good intentions near the I think so when manipulating was too much. So God in his own wisdom is fine. He was a man of peace. Mills, what is a Mills? Mills was naturally, a humble person. Yeah, Yankopon fan currency, the late Mills. What I say, offer advice in the near though no answer no one observations, but now he was generally a good person. Yeah, most yeah. Can be moving forward, main call the His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama. Okay, so but sometimes I find things a little difficult with former President John Dramani Mahama. Recently, only a Green Book be 2016 today. Myanmar Professor Mills started you see, now we are in the vice. And to vice today, we don't credit you with anything. You get it? To send up Koya by Dr. Baumia, maybe a good man on the bar suggested in the boss, a Kufado, and Ojitum. But we don't credit NAPCO to Dr. Baumia. No. You get it? You're the man and Ado. Because no DNA. But most projects are more starting in na. You can go to say 1 hour here. What's 1 hour here? Ebo we are Mahama. Unko face Mahama. Ebo we are Mahama. So most they want me and now be jina won say the most here no better us. This is most will be why most doesn't have anything again. Most want me pe Mahama any nkro for narration. Most are me I getting it. So in so many buha you can careful. What can someone now one tree or china? That's some corner back about so. How me at just most and yeshi. BBI Mahama ne ye fan credit mama. The University of Ghana Medical Center. It was a mosque. A penny saying. What you say? But yes, no. Mahama ne see ye. Find their mama Mahama. BBI Mahama their man. Is this a mosque dear in our car or Mahama over to us? You see, the fact say a politician just young can pray. Ubu all can crop a person.
Do you think it's hypocrisy?
It's a hypocrisy in the highest order. Here. So Bejina say I'll continue to say the Nipano. We all know the relationship between Mills and Mahama. When Mills was in he gave Mahama all the to operate. So many Mahama can be president. Trust me. Can confirm credit say women America said there be a Mills na ye. A Mills na ye na me boa. You don't go and then take all the credit for yourself and now Bejina will say, we may be to us a hypocrisy. Until we become before so that Ghana for being so is coming with something new to Abaman and this kind of things there.
All right, thank you.
Yo, mommy, okay.
What's about
Okay.
That was Mr. Kojoban sharing his thoughts on today's stories. Thanks for watching. This news was proudly sponsored by General Laundry Cleaning Services, Ekrasa Market, and Active Video Production. My name is Mami Abnaputia. Have a good evening and enjoy the rest of our program.